Welcome to
Very
the
good
II
you are,
Preview
mate.
Show with me, Davey B, and special guest Spencer Sabaton. We're going to be previewing this evening's meeting at Harlow, which is live on RPG TV. Let's get into the action. Race 1 is a D4 over 238 metres. Anne Mimmer Biddy in 1, Burgess Romeo in 2, Moaning Jet in 3, Join Me in 4, Dodds Tiger in 5, and in 6, Aboriginal Art. Spencer, what do you fancy?
I've got to be with the one here. I think it's probably one of the best drawn dogs of the night. Two's bang middle start. It's a bit hit and miss at the tins as well, at the best of times. Three showed boot up last week, but propped very badly at the corner. I wouldn't say it's lame. I think it just had the door shut. Four's got a big drop in class, but don't think it's got the draw to go with it, with three edging off if it's there. Can't have five on my mind, and six can go bingo at lids, but it's not something you can rely on. I think one got a great draw. It's got a slight easing grade, slightly easier D4, and if it's good enough, it will win for the first time today.
So Spencer's selection in race 1 is trap 1 and Mimmer Biddy. Race 2 is an A6 over 415 metres. Make Sense in 1, Smithy Elizabeth in 2, Pretty Mystery in 3, Black Rose Ruth in 4, Culmore Elsa in 5, and True Mount Ruby in 6. Spencer, what do you fancy?
Again, I'm with one. Makes sense. I think it's got a blinding frame up with five front runners in front of it. It's going to be bother at the corner. I think I can't see five dogs going round clean. Two will move off if three's on the shoulder. Three will move off if there's anything on his shoulder. Black Rose Ruth run very well last time, but I can't see it possibly getting a run like it did. Coolmore Elsa, probably stuck between grades at the minute. The pup finding its feet. Wins in turn A7, not quite good enough A5, and I think 6 is very harshly treated. I think there's going to be trouble at the first corner, and one's going to it's going to benefit the one completely, and it's got a lovely draw behind, so I'll expect it to show a massive burst between 2 and 3. It's just a dog that you struggle to get the right side of and get right.
So Spencer's selection in race 2 is trap 1, Make Sense. Race 3 is a D4 over 238 metres. Hurry On Megan in 1, Tom's Cloder in 2, Wee Bart in 3, Decoy Woody in 4, Clon Cunitara in 5, and in 6, Westminster Live. Spencer, what do you fancy?
I've got to be with Decoy Woody. I'm going to give it another chance after last week. It hit the front and it propped massively. Being a puppy, I'm going to let it off. It's got winning form in trials, which is enough for me. If it hadn't won a trial, then you could probably put a line through it and wait for it to win. But look, Distant Pearl's not a muggy dog over in D4. It's probably a good D4 dog as opposed to the worst D4s. Two, probably the fastest dog if it gets loose, but it props at the corner with company. Three can go bingo, but it's one of those. It is essentially a race of bingo, but just sided with a 4 as the only improver. I'm going to let it off with last week propping when it hit the front. So a 4 for me. 6 could go bingo at a big price, but it's not one of them ones you put your confidence in at all.
So Spencer's selection in race 3 is trap 4, Decoy Woody. Race 4 is an A5 over 415 metres. Knock Roll Up in 1, Clash Rinka in 2, Front Society in 3, Moaning Sabbath in 4, Indian Trump in 5, and in 6, Diesel Mini. Spencer, what do you fancy?
I've got this as a straight match between 4 and 5. I'm going to side with 5 just on first run chance. I think 1 and 2 put each other out the race straight away. 2's bang rails and probably is this class or better. I don't think 1 is actually this class dog, even though it showed massive speed. probably looks false in behind Diesel Jack because he's a massive non-stayer. He's got bags and bags of speed, but in the third bend, he's dead on his feet. 3 probably just isn't the class. It's not won many, but I'm putting that down to the fact that it's in such a high class of dog, and it's probably the wrong style for Harlow. It'd probably be a better dog elsewhere, Central Park. Don't think it wants the sprinter types in with it. 4 can pick 5 up, 5 can't pick 4 up, but I think 5 leads 4, and I just don't think 6 is anywhere near the class. Don't think it likes dogs being around it. It's running opens, but I think that's just a case of trying to get it a clear run with marathon types, but can't do that either. So I just don't think it likes running with company. It's got sexy times, but doesn't do it for me. So Indian Trump for me, just on first run chance.
So Spencer's selection in race 4 is trap 5, Indian Trump. Race 5 is a D1 over 238 metres. Droopy's Kirk in 1, Killervan Rasterman in 2, Fagan's Bridget in 3, Headford Anna in 4, James Choice in 5, and in 6, Moaning Diablo. Spencer, what do you fancy?
Very, very tough race. Thought Moaning Diablo last time out was very lucky to win, albeit pay money, take a chance. It was 3 level at the corner and it snapped all their noses off at the corner. So 2 has won decent-ish grades, but they're not in with this class of dog. Show massive boot to the corner, but they're showing boot to the corner with average dogs and genuine sprinters, which is a massive difference. If it doesn't out-trap 3, I think 3 takes its nose off. But in turn, if 1 don't trap, I think 2 takes 1's nose off. So I think they all want the same room. 5's got sexy Shelbourne clock, I think. Don't think it's a sprinter at all. Probably dog without distance, to be honest. It don't do it over 4 for me either. 4 hasn't come on from when it won, but it's got the draw today. It's going to be any day. It's going to win a D1. It'll be today. It's probably a weaker D1 than most you could get. So it's 4 on the draw. I think it's going to have plenty of racing room. If it gets loose, but it's not a race. I probably want to be taking the shortest runner on in this race, but Headford Anna for me.
So Spencer's selection in race 5 is trap 4, Headford Anna. Race 6 is an A7 over 415 metres. Plum picks it in 1, Pinto's Boy in 2, Rahivera Babe in 3, Tom's Ace in 4, Quill Royce in 5, and Beautiful Blaze in 6. Spencer, what do you fancy?
It's another tough race. It's just processive elimination. Can't have 6. Think it flatters to deceive on the eye in behind. Doesn't lay a glove when it turns second, but it will show pace from 6th to get to second. 5 hit and miss at the tins. It's very moody. It stays, but if it doesn't want to stay, it won't. It's got no quirks, but just jacks in sometimes. 3, I think, is a bad one. Maybe it might do times in a solo, but it's not doing it for me when it's got dogs around it. One day it will probably go bingo and win half a track, but till it does that, I'm more than happy to leave it running without it on my side. 2's no for me. I think it wins bad races. Probably races it should win, but it's not. Don't think it's got much chance here. 1's an interesting runner. If it turned from a shoulder, I'd expect it to show massive 2 to 3. But I'm going to be with 4 just on the basis that it'll get to it. If it traps, it gets to the front and it's hard to pick up. It's one of them. If it's in front, you'd expect it to stay there. So yeah, 2 and 3 put each other. 3 and 4 this race were in 2 and 3 last week, and they put each other out the race. 4 missed its break and got a touch off Ravier Babe, and that put it out the race straight away. It was missed break, so forget it. Put a line through it. But I think 4's got more than the leader's chance here to get to the front. But it's not a strong race, and I'll probably put 1 in the frame there somewhere.
So Spencer's selection in race 6 is trap 4, Tom's Ace. Race 7 is an A7 over 415 metres. Lariga Ruster in 1, Caniccara in 2, Wilshire Maggot in 3, Bombay Ginnet in 4, At Your Ease in 5, and Safe Pack Wacky in 6. Spencer, what do you fancy?
I think one's got a dream to die for again. It's another one. I think there's 3 plotted on the card today, and they're all trap ones. I think this is another one. I think 2, 3, 4 will all be edging right. So I think 3 would be there or thereabouts, and if it had a clean run, but I can't see it getting a clear run. 4 has got a flashy sectional, but on that, it's not breaking 28. So for me, you put a line through that straight away. 5 looks flashy, gets to the front and don't do a lot. I mean, it comes second and third in better A7s, but for me, it's not really shown much once it's got to the front, and it's led by a long way and not done a lot. Safe Pack Wacky couldn't win if it starts now. I think I could lead it to the corner, so it's a no from me. So, I mean, one's going to prop at the third bend if there's company, but I can't see there being any company if they broke level and the race went how the race should go. I mean, 2's a bit of an unknown, but it's middle. I don't get trial videos for Harlow. It's probably about all I don't get, but middle. If you're middle at Harlow, you're probably closer to the wide than you are the rail. For me, for them to put a middle tag, a middle comment on, you've got to be near the outside hair rail. So I think 1's got a dream draw. So 1 for me.
So Spencer's selection in race 7 is trap 1, Lariga Rusty. Race 8 is a D3 over 238 metres. Marvellous Blaze in 1, Pick Me Up Paula in 2, Dance Ronnie in 3, Handy Number in 4, What Will Be in 5, and in 6, Front Cover. Spencer, what do you fancy?
Take 4, 5, and 6 out straight away. I can't have any of them as runners. They win in turn, but I don't think they could possibly match 1, 2, 3 to the corner off ping breaks, let alone a level break. So they're out of the race straight away for me. I think 3's got a double downgrade. If this was over 4 bends, it'd probably be odds on. It's also downgraded from his last D2, which it was in with relative company, to be fair. 2's capable of a smash break, and it will stick to the rail like glue. So I think that could put 1 out of the race. 1 is no doubt the fastest dog in the race by an absolute mile, but it's absolutely raving. So just can't have it. If it was over 4 bends and it turned second, it would win a short head, but it would go as fast as the dog in front of it. So just can't have it in a sprint. It's a slow away, early pace dog, which they'll send you skint anyway. But I expect it to be in the frame on a level break. I think 3 would burst into the corner, but 1 would turn behind on a level break. So 3 for me, Dance Ronnie. But yeah, I'd have the inside over the outside every day of the week.
So Spencer's selection in race 8 is trap 3, Dance Ronnie. Race 9 is an S2 over 592 metres, Risk Impulse in 1, Azuri Blossom in 2, Ema's Blondie in 3, Front Move in 4, Springwell Jolly in 5, and in 6, Belmore Winks. Spencer, what do you fancy?
Race 9, very tough race. Be a good race, I think. Probably be one of the best races on the card in terms of quality and just a genuine, decent race where it's competitive. I can't have 3 if it starts now. I mean, it finishes in bad races. If you put it in a relatively decent A7, it wouldn't be anywhere. It would still finish, but it would be a long way behind. 1 beat 2 fair and square last time. I think 2 was about 8 lengths clear. Picked it up, beat it about 3/4 length, half a length. That was clean run race. I think it'd be a clean run race again, purely because of 3 being a kipper at the boxes. 2 could go up in front. I think 4 could go up with it. But it's 5.92 at Harlow. It's a good run to the corner. Early pace will get you there, but you still need to stay to get over. There's plenty to get picked up. 5, I think, is a runner. It's got form over the 6 at Harlow. It was a okay 6 bend race first time up. It was completely unexposed, no trial. One at about 2's on, but it hit the front. It was about 10 clear, and it's put the handbrake on. Just purely no companies. They've had it over hurdles. Not entirely sure who's had it, but it's still finishing over hurdles. I think with company around it, it will go the full way. It'll do 5.92, no problem. But I think it just needs encouragement getting there. And if one's going to give encouragement or 2, so be it. But I think 5 can get itself to the front in some form and stay there. I can't have 6. I think it has to go bingo, and has been running like a moody bitch out of season. So can't have it. I'll play 5 at a price, but it's a tough race, but it will be a good race for me.
So Spencer's selection in race 9 is trap 5, Springwell Jolly. Race 10 is a D4 over 238 metres. Ell Rose in 1, the White Boxer in 2, Swanswan Lila in 3, Swift Lionel in 4, Salem's Invictus in 5, and in 6, Active Crystal. Spencer, what do you fancy?
I'm going to be with the unexposed pup in 2. One out trap 2 last time, probably about length and a half. 2's out pace to the corner, found it with the dogs, race over. 3 is post-season bitch. When she ran through a season at Peterborough, it was borderline embarrassing, but you could accept it because she was post-season bitch. Once she gets through a season, she'll go bingo and win the race by plenty. But when she's running through it, she is very, very bad. 16.08 last week, trapped okay, never got a touch, never showed pace. Just one of them season bitches which just doesn't want to run. 4 looked flashy last week, albeit lucky. The clock's still a relatively poor clock. It's gone into the bend, I think 4th, come out of it first somehow. Can't have 5 and 6 more lines at all. I just think 6 is a bad one. And 5 isn't much cop either. So just on the basis of natural improvement, I'll play 2. Can't have 1 on my mind either. But it's not a betting race unless you can get a sexy price back to 2, which is unlikely. Because people will bet the improver just for the sake of it. So 2 for me, but no play race.
So Spencer's selection in race 10 is trap 2, the White Boxer. Race 11 is an A6 over 415 metres. Hatfield Ophelia in 1, Ballinaby Candy in 2, Ellie's Pet in 3, Connors Cloder in 4, Ballistic Molly in 5, and Mustang Durango in 6. Spencer, what do you fancy?
Can't have 6. Can't have it at all. It's been running really poor. It's been running in better A6s, but it's just not been doing the job. Not started, no middle, nothing. I mean, 27.19, you'd win an average A7. It's not had a touch. I think it only come 5th because dog behind got knocked over, I believe. Can't have Ballistic Molly. 1, I can't get right for the life of me. I don't think it's overly keen on winning. Not that it's a dodge. I just don't think it's a winner. It doesn't have the heart for me. 2, likely leader. It doesn't lead. 3 will take his nose off. Hello. 3 will take his nose off if it don't lead. 3's a bit of a load in my opinion. So if 2 turned in front, I think 3 would pick it up like it was stood still. Will it win? Depends on the dog. It's a bit moody. I think it slows the race down plenty, and 3's got a lovely little scene. I think it leads 5 up every day. 3 goes towards rails. So if anything, 4's going to have the cleanest run. It finished well last week behind an okay front runner. What was it? Finished behind an okay front runner last week. So going to have plenty of room. Lay 2 is probably the bet for me, as opposed to betting 4 to win. But I'd bet 4 as my jackpot dog and lay 2. So Connor's Cloder for me.
So Spencer's selection in race 11 is trap 4, Connor's Cloder. Thanks for watching, guys, and make sure you click that subscribe button.